You folks see that flashing sign up there? Now that sign says applesauce. No. I'm kidding. It says applause. Ray, do me a favor. Could you flick that once? All right. Now, remember, you're all a big part of the show, so the better you are, the better Tammy is. Okay, now you see this gentleman? Now he's giving me this sign, and it says,
"Hi, my name's Simeon Katza.
We're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time."
I've spoken to you before. I love your voice.
All right, here we go.
You can speak to me again. That's what you can do for me.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Have you got some time on up your sleeve?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.
Gentle bitch baby.
Now let's just power for real.
Good afternoon. This is Richard Miles' office. Ruth speaking.
Hi, sorry, what is your name?
Bruce.
Sorry?
Bruce?
Bruce.
Yes.
Bruce. Is that short for something? Bruce?
I'm not sure. Sorry, who was calling?
My name's Simeon Katza. I've spoken to this office several times before in the past, a few months ago. I'm actually a social media influencer and also have very much support on the Muslim side and the Christian side and the Chinese side. I'm very much a supporter of One Nation Party, very much a supporter of Senator Penny Wong as well. So Senator Penny Wong and Senator Pauline Hanson, the two honourable senators, and Senator Malcolm Roberts, I'm very big fans of. Okay, I'm ringing your office this morning because something's been brought to my attention. Okay, are you listening? Have you got time to speak? Is there anybody higher than you I should be speaking to, because it's quite a serious matter? And it's actually, I'm actually very serious about this matter, and I've already shared information on this matter with countless thousands of people all over the world in social media.
Okay.
This is a matter that's been already discussed by Senator Malcolm Roberts, and I want to know your office's position. Where does Richard Miles stand on this, being Deputy Prime Minister? Because I have no respect for this Anthony Albanese, and I've already discussed the reasons why I don't have any respect with the this office, and also to the office of Angus Campbell, the Defence Force Chief. And when I spoke to the office, the sergeant in the office of I don't know why Angus Campbell didn't answer his own phone, but I spoke to Sergeant Goodman when I explained my reasons to him. He also agreed that there's no respect for this Anthony Albanese with the decisions he's been making and the fools he's been making of himself everywhere. Some of the very foolish decisions. Now, I'm going to get to the core of the reason for my call. Okay, there was a policy put forward to the Australian government from the World Health Organisation and the United Nations. Now, I've just gotten off the phone with Senator Pauline Hanson's office, and they've gone into detail about this policy. And I hope that this office here of the Deputy Prime Minister, Sir Richard Miles, right, Honourable Sir Richard Miles, rejects these policies as well of child grooming. Is this office aware of these child grooming policies that they want to put to the Australian government and pass this legislation? You heard me correctly. Child grooming, right? And sexual education, right, for children as young as toddlers. Okay? There's a video of it circulating right around the internet right now, and much partly to do with my help. And I want to know what this office has got to say about it. I want to know where Richard Miles stands on it, because my next phone call will be to the Defence Headquarters. Do you understand? Because if this country does not take up arms against the United Nations and the nihilists at the United Nations, these nihilists they were just described to me as nihilists and nihilisms, right, and atheists that are trying to subject our country, our good God, gracious, loving country, right, to these insane laws, right, and legislations and policies of liberal, progressive policies of grooming children into sexual awareness by the age of 6, so that they may be having sexual relationships by the age of 9. This is pedophilia at is absolute craziest and most worse and obvious. This is not social progressiveness or liberalism going progression. However, the secretary at the office of Senator Pauline Hanson just described it. This is nihilism and atheism 101, and we are not an atheist country. I'm sorry to explain that to your office, ma'am, but this is not an atheist-ruled country, and we are not going to be ruled by atheists or their insane policies. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I would like to have a call back, at least, I think, from Sir Richard Marles as the Deputy Prime Minister, because I don't even want to hear what Anthony Albanese's got to say that this was presented into our federal politics as even a possibility. This thought was even entertained is insane to us and also Sir Malcolm Roberts. Are you aware of the policy that I'm talking about, Miss Secretary of the Sir Richard Marles' office, the Deputy Prime Minister? Are you aware of this policy that I'm referring to?
Not too aware, but I'm taking notes.
Yeah, this is a major crisis for all Australian people, and for all Australian women and children and men, because the United Nations and the World Health Organization are actually making their intentions very clear by even drawing up such policies, even wording them to script to submit to the Australian government.
Wow.
It's absolutely atrocious.
Absolutely atrocious.
We are a God-fearing country, an almighty God-fearing country. That is the basis and the foundation that this country was built upon, and we will not be shaken from our foundations. Like the Secretary of the Senator Pauline Hanson's, the fine Senator Pauline Hanson, the divine Senator Pauline Hanson, and her office said, we will not be shaken from our moral and our ethical foundations that this country was built upon. Do you understand what I'm saying, young lady?
Yes, I understand.
God bless you. Now, if you don't know about this video that I'm referring to, how can I share it with you? This video right now is being shared on Telegram everywhere. And Telegram has 55.5 million users visiting it daily. And I tell you right now, I've just shared it amongst tens of thousands of people, because I'm in several groups, and the several groups that I'm in have tens of thousands of individuals in them, and it's all international. So this is going to spread widely, and I haven't even started to speak on it yet. Do you understand? I myself, young lady, when my money is recovered by the police from the people who stole it from me, I'm going to book the first ticket over to Ireland to make some statements in Ireland, like for the Irish people, because NATO has just visited Ireland at the end of February. Okay, so I get all the email updates from NATO. I get all the email updates from World Economic Forum. I don't from the United Nations, although I've got their contact details, and I don't from World Health Organization, because I've never been interested in what they've had to say since they circulated those COVID-19 shots. They were untested. There was no long-term testing or track record of those COVID-19 shots before they were distributed to the public as a safety precaution. That in itself was unsafe. Do you understand? I've studied safety. Right? I had to study health and safety, and even in a medical background, even in a medical as a medical necessity, because I worked in a hospital. I worked at the biggest hospital in Brisbane, the PA hospital on the south side. Okay, so I worked in fire and security services, and to do that, we had to be qualified in health and safety, workplace health and safety, and medical health and safety, and security, and the Mental Health Act, and the Criminal Code. This is not only criminal, and it's not only insane, but this is beyond safety of children. This is not safe for children whatsoever. So the World Health Organization now and the United Nations now are in my sights set. I was just going to go to Ireland and then go to NATO at Brussels, but now I'm going to divert away from NATO and I'm going to go straight to the United Nations and World Health Organization. The insane, nihilist and atheists that produced this document. That, so help us God, thank God for Senator Malcolm Roberts, His Excellency Senator Malcolm Roberts. He defended this nation's people from such a thing being submitted into our government. So their office is a bit busy this morning, they're short-staffed. I'll be back on their office, back into contact with their office tomorrow. Right? We're going to go through how this document was submitted into the Australian government to be brought to Senator Malcolm Roberts' attention, that he had to give a speech and defend it. He should never have even made it onto writing. Whatever sick, freak, nihilist, liberal progressionist thought of this, should have kept it in his own demented, godless head. Do you understand? Do you understand what's going to happen when the Australian people realise what's just been submitted into our government for consideration? Even by these freaks at the World Health Organisation and the United Nations. This is the proof that the Australians need, that they are toxic and dangerous, not only to men and women here, but to children. Disgusting. Disgusting. I've never been so disgusted more in my life. I'm huge on Telegram. I've got a lot of support on Telegram, and I've got a lot of support on Facebook. Do you understand? A lot of support. And when I let this out, I'll tell you right now, when I speak about this publicly online, I'll tell you right now, young lady, your whole office is going to be in trouble. The whole Australian government's going to be in trouble, except for the One Nation Party. Because anybody that tolerated this being discussed...
Sorry, I'm getting another call, so I'm going to have to hop off. But I've taken some notes, and I can pass it on.
You can have somebody call me back.
Yeah, please.
Otherwise, I will call you back. Because I will make some more phone calls on this too. Call me back. You got my number?
I'll call you back in a minute. Yeah, I've got your number.
Okay, thank you. Call me back, young lady. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Public service announcement, take one. Dear Thuggy Piggies and their commanders and God. Hi, it's not Margaret, it's me, Jack Star Michelson. With a quick message, I'd like to mention, hello Winkers. Are you there? Hi Winkers. I mean no disrespect, but you know who you are, Winkers. Hi. So, let me explain how this works. In America, among other things, we have the presumption of innocence before being proven guilty by a jury of the peers, right? And guilt and innocence is not determined by evidence or by a trial. It's determined by a jury. Right? And supposedly that jury is supposed to be 12 people for some things, or maybe 6 or whatever. Anyway, the point is, not only am I innocent, I'm also presumed innocent, and I'm the primary victim. So, frankly, oinkers, I'm a little taken aback. And some of you Uber pickers, right? Some of you high-level oinkers, right? Some of you dudes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're probably hearing me live. Look, it's not that you're blowing my high, because it ain't that high. It's that, number one, you're breaking the law, and you're violating my civil rights for basically no damn good reason. Right? I mean, I'm sure you think you have a good reason, but ultimately, you don't have any good reason to do what you're doing. Did you know that? Yeah. See, you'd like there to be a good reason, but you don't have one, right? And then I guess you have the authority to behave like lunch money bullying pig thugs. I guess you can do that, since you're doing it, some of you. But it looks bad when a few Uber pigs, Uber hogs, you know, high level swine, right? When you dudes, when you oinkers, when you behave this way, it makes the rest of you look bad. It makes people, you know, in more danger than they would be otherwise. It makes people nervous, sad, embarrassed, and it gives me just far too much of an ego boost. All right. Now look, I don't mind that you're the law. I respect the law, and I guess technically, technically, y'all got the right to behave like this. But is it a good idea? Did you know that you're being this way? Maybe you're just such a bunch of fucked off heroin addicts that you don't know that you're violating my civil rights unlawfully. Or maybe you think that it's for the common good. Well, it might be for the common good in the sense that it's giving me an excuse to fucking make this little fucking public service announcement where I mentioned to the world at large on YouTube that a bunch of really snooty, snobby law pigs are giving ye old Jackstar a little too much grief, right? Like, hold on a second. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck? How long's it been? Let's see. Christmas 21, Christmas 2021, Christmas Eve. That was December 24th. And then this is the year 2024. So it's been a number of years. Look, it's been too goddamn long. Right? Now, it should be obvious what to do. Right? And probably there's some sort of obscure rule that says you have to do something or something. Anyway, I bet if I were really rich, or if I were a girl, or if I cast a magic spell, or if I had a lawyer, whatever, I bet there'd be something different happening than what's happening now. But instead, what do I have? Oh yeah. A Hungarian man who hasn't been allowed to talk to his lover in over 2 years because it's an emergency. And then no reason given. Yeah. When I ask about it, I get sneered at by court officials. It's almost as though I shouldn't even bother. Yeah. I love that person. I used to put my dick in her on a routine basis for 5 years. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of uber piggy oinkers decided to swindle her into tricking her into believing that I was a cop and she needed to set me up for something and that she was going to get away with it. Okay. So, long story short, yo, I'm not a cop, duh. And, yeah, she probably should have told me things. Yeah. Anyway, whatever the situation is, it's gotten exponentially worse and more complicated because somebody thinks that it's a good idea to bully Checkstar. Well, I guess it's a good idea if you want me to call you out in public and remind you that you're being a fucking uber piggy douchebag. Right? I don't even know who you are. Like, it can't be that judge. Haven't seen it lately. And I don't know who pulls the judge's strings. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on down there. All right? But I understand it's very important, and so I'm happy to serve my country and common decency as a whole by dramatically curtailing my freedoms and responsibilities in life. But what I don't appreciate is being treated by a rude little bitch in a black robe with a magic wand as if I were a rude little bitch without a black robe, with or without a magic wand. Look, it's not appropriate. I don't give a flying fuck if you're a fucking judge. I don't care if you're fucking Superman. Pfft. You disrespect the court when you act like a bullying lunch money thug, which is frankly the way I saw your behavior. Now, maybe I misinterpreted it. Maybe I should be more lenient in my criticism of the court that's had its dick up my ass for the last 2 years for no fucking good reason, right? I bet you think you got a good reason. Let's put it this way. You don't. Or have produced any reason why you have. Maybe you think you don't need to, and maybe you don't. But I'll tell you what. You could have been nicer, right? Yeah. Could have been nicer. And then you decided that you didn't need to, and the best thing to do was to be snippy. That's interesting. How convenient. Yeah. Now, I'm struggling not to laugh because this is pretty fucking funny. And I'm not impressed. I'm not scared. Probably not intimidated. And, other people are suffering as a result. So, I don't know quite what to tell you. I know you gave yourselves 2 weeks to figure things out, but in the 48 hours that's happened since, I've accomplished a number of goals, and now I'm relaxing, or trying to, while everyone else freaks the fuck out. Because guess what? Everybody knows I'm innocent. People hear what you're trying to do, and it's bullshit. So, I'm not sure what to tell you. Since, I'm not a highfalutin legal type, I'm just a innocent man pushed way far past reasonable limits, who really appreciates the long and storied history of political satire using humor that the United States of America possesses in its history. So hopefully people find this to be funny. I certainly do. You fucking legal maggots. Like, what the fuck? It's an emergency. You're not in control of the situation. Oh yeah? Wow. Well, fortunately I'm still in control of my bowels. Jesus wept. Alright. How's that? Is that good? Did I reveal any ways and means? Was I too critical? Did I mention that somebody's a thuggy piggy douchebag? I mean, it's okay if I don't mention exactly who I think is the uber pig that's too thuggy, right? But let's put it this way. You haven't gotten anywhere, not because you haven't been rude enough or pushy enough. You haven't gotten anywhere because, number one, you're barking up the wrong tree. Number two, I'm not a goddamn tree. I'm a human being and a citizen. And number three, you're not supposed to bark. You're a public servant operating under color of law. Fucking act responsible. Like, how do you people get away with this? Oh yeah, that's right. You got all the money, you got all the guns, and then you got all the cops, and then people just are supposed to do what you say. Well, no. Slaves do what you say. Citizens should probably call you on your bullshit. Of course, nobody really knows how to do that anymore. And then you hide behind voicemails, and then, well, let's just say some parts of the world respond to requests for help differently than others. Yeah. Now, this is day 2. I forget what day it is. I think the 26th. At some point, one of my next moves is to start reporting crimes that I've been graciously not mentioning to anybody, since they're not really crimes unless they're committed by a bunch of fucking fucked off fucking thug lunch money grabbing fucking faggot fuckers operating under false color of law. If that's the case, then I guess it's a crime. And then I didn't think that was the case, but Sergeant Robinson led me to believe that everything down here might not be kosher. But I don't really like talking to police unless I have to. And then I don't really like airing dirty laundry in public much. But what I really don't like is being fucking taken for a fucking ride by a bunch of fucking thugs. You feel me? Okay? I mean, it's not like I'm scared of any of you. It's that I just actually don't legitimately know who to call, and then I don't like calling for help when I don't need it. And then, oh hey, are you embarrassed yet? Because that's what I'm really looking forward to. My father was a big believer in the healing power of public humiliation, and believe me, I've been humiliated, and now I'm 2 years later. Do you have a case yet? Did you want to bring something to trial, or do you just really think that you're gonna just have a permanent limbo so that you can what? Seriously, what? What are you doing with your time? Like, do I need to call internal affairs? Do I need to call the governor or write a letter to my congressman? Like, what the fuck? And then if there's something that you want to know, why don't you write it down on a piece of paper and then send it to me in the mail? And then you can have the U.S. mail. They can have the Postmaster General put it through a scanner, and then they can read the mail and then hold the mail. By the way, did you know I might not be getting all my mail? Michael Kuzzi, Kuczi. Have you heard of me? Unbelievable. Oh, did you want to do a gag order on me? Well, I guess the next time I'm in court, you can fill out a piece of paper and then forge my signature to it and then claim that you gave it to me. Like, what planet are you on, dude? Dude, you know who I'm talking to. Dude. There's a law. Follow it. Okay? Follow the law. I think mostly in this case, that would ask you to recuse yourself, because you're obviously a big biased piece of shit bigot, right? But I don't really need to embarrass you or anybody any more than I already am. But the fact that you're taking this long to do what? What? Like, you're embarrassing yourself, okay? Thanks for letting me get it off that chest. Now I'm going to publish this to YouTube, the official broadcast platform of the Magic and Black Content Delivery Network. I might switch to something else, but I don't want to give you the impression that I'm trying to get around a incommunicado order or whatever. Like, I don't know what kind of fucking bullshit you're doing, right? But obviously it's fucking bullshit, right? And you got to do it so that something important happens. Okay, well, let me know when the important thing happens, like you notice that you're prosecuting an innocent man, literally. And just because you think I need to be prosecuted doesn't mean that I should be. And then, let's see. What is it that you think I do? What is that again? Yeah, who's in charge of that? Where should I complain about that to? Other than the public? Tell you what, maybe somebody out there will take my message and forward it on to the 2 Swedish girls that set up Julian Assange. Maybe Julian Assange himself will call his old lawyer and have her help me. You know, I don't fucking know what the fuck. Probably should happen. But leaving me fucked off in legal limbo for more than 2 years while you claim there's an emergency and you treat me like shit, it's not a very good look for you, optically. Sir or ma'am, sir. You feel me? Jesus Christ. Your Honor, sorry, I just blasphemed. Oh, Jesus says that wasn't blasphemy. He says that he wants to come down and whip your moneylenders back into the bank table and then break the stones of some kind of bench thing. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, sir, but Jesus Christ has commanded me to tell you that you've been a naughty judge. So are you chastened enough? Sir or ma'am, sir? Where are we with restoration? Jesus Christ. Tell you what, where are you at with a public apology, douchebag? Excuse me, judge douchebag. And then where are you at with, hey, what happened to those cursed weapons? Hey, where'd my mother's jewelry go? Hey, where'd my PlayStations go? Hey, why'd they chop down a plant? Hey, why are my friends afraid to talk to me? Hey, what do you people do? Oh, and by the way, yeah, I knew none of this stuff until somebody made a big mistake. And then somebody else abandoned me and left me to die. So, let's see. One of these days, I'll probably get a psych eval from somebody who isn't secret and is allowed to report to the court that Mr. Kuzi seems to be fairly competent and mentally sane, but is probably pretty stressed because, well, being persecuted takes a lot out of a guy. Kind of worried about my erstwhile companion, and then holding in all this belly laughter. It's real hard on my diaphragm, which has a hernia anyway. So. Oh, and by the way, do you have a sister? Because your little piggy face with your mutton chop sideburns is kind of hot and cute. So I was thinking maybe if you had the same thing with a vag instead of just acting like a big pussy, that would be kind of cool for me to boink while you hurry up and get your ducks in a row so you can have a trial for an assault for a misdemeanor case that you actually didn't lawfully arrest and don't have a shred of evidence to stand on and have really violently and flagrantly abused by civil rights in the last 2 years. And if you've done any sort of investigation into the crimes that have been committed against me, I don't know what that is. I've noticed a whole bunch of attempts to frame me, but I'm not going to call that entrapment. I'm just going to call that the way you do things around here, right? Christ, I'm 150 miles south of the city I was born in, and they're all acting like it's the New South. They're all waiting for Robert E. Lee to come in And they literally think that I'm an anchor baby with my funny name and my funny ears and my funny shaped eyes and my highfalutin ways. Like, seriously? This is 2024 and you got a town that lives like this? Like, is this like a stage town, or is this like how you think people should be? Yeah. This is the land of the six rivers. This is God's country. This isn't white supremacistville. Okay, you feel me? Pfft, unbelievable. Any questions? You're welcome to contact my public defender, who I'm sure is defending the public pretty well, because let me tell you, you know who needs defending here? It's the police. I don't think you need circling the wagons much more than that. And then I could probably use some legal advice from somebody who isn't a dick. But how do you defend innocence? I didn't do anything wrong, literally. And then I'm sure you think I did. And can you prove that? Like, what have you got other than military jurisdiction and a willingness to be an asshole for 2 years? You got anything else? Anything at all? Because if you do, I'd love to know what it is. And if you don't, maybe it'll be time to write a book. What do you think? I mean, I really don't want to hire a lawyer because I'm not a douchebag and I don't really want to get money out of people. I just want to be no longer subjected to unlawful surveillance and harassment. And I'd like to talk to my friend again because I'm either going to break up with her or I'm going to kiss her. And making this wait this long for no good reason, it's pretty bullshit. Pretty bullshit. Did you know? Yeah. Maybe you don't think that I'm a human being or that either of us have rights, but here's the funny thing, sir. The Constitution requires that you believe that in the performance of your duties. And frankly, I think a very strong case can be made for firing your lame white cracker ass. So isn't it nice that I haven't hired a lawyer yet? Because I don't give a shit about taking your job, dude. I want to talk to my friends again. You feel me? Jesus. Oh, wait, let me guess. You think I do have friends that I talk to? You think that I'm just talking to them behind your back? No, sir, I'm respecting the court. And, yeah, I'm sure she does have a fake name. I'm sure I could find a way. But she and I both feel that you two should probably shape up before we ship out. Pfft. Fucking white people. My name is Michael Clifford Kuzi, and I approve of this message. And you can kiss my grits. Please.
You can kind of put anyone in jail if you know what to do.
How?
You set them up.
Does the Bureau practice entrapment a lot?
And we get really close. We call it a nudge.
A nudge.
A nudge. Sometimes you just gotta give them a quick little, just to see what happens. Sometimes you light the fuse and just wait for it to follow. Nothing like putting out a fake social media thing to like really get people mad.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, so we were after him.
You are?
Hardcore. We did what we wanted.
Which was what?
Took his money away, chopped his legs off.
Gavin O'Blennis is a contracting officer at the CIA. O'Blennis worked for the FBI in 2021 and 2022 in the San Diego office, moved on to Homeland Security where he conducted asylum interviews at the southern border, and now works for the CIA managing multi-million-dollar contracts across government agencies and private sector vendors.
I started off hating this guy, and by the end of it, I was ready to suck his dick a little.
I work for, how do I put this without... I'm not supposed to tell people kind of job. If I say intelligence, what do you think?
CIA?
Yep.
Oh, you work for the CIA?
I do.
That's incredible.
I'm a contracting officer.
That's amazing.
So I deal a lot with like different agencies. We're contracting with like Director of National Intelligence to do stuff. We do Navy, Army, any of them really. I just FBI. I used to work for the FBI, so they threw the FBI at me. They're like, "Here, you used to work there." Oh, I'm permanent. I'm set. Yeah.
Good. Well, why do they call it contracting?
Because I do the contract authority. I do all the legal contracts. I fly out to vendors and evaluate them. I love the agency.
Good for you.
I like the Bureau too. The Bureau was a lot of fun. I got to do a lot of cool stuff with the Bureau. I was the guy in the back of the truck in the van.
O'Blennis spoke to an undercover Sound Investigations reporter about his work experience involving near entrapment and his employer's involvement with political commentator Alex Jones's legal battles.
As long as the Bureau is able to progress far enough to be able to put pro-lifers in jail whenever they want.
Yeah.
You think that's on the agenda?
You can kind of put anyone in jail if you know what to do.
How?
Just let them up. You create the situation to where they have no choice but to act on their impulse. And once they act on that impulse, then we call that entrapment. It's a fine line.
Does the Bureau practice entrapment a lot?
We get really close.
Not officially?
No. We get as close as we can. We get as close as we can to it without doing it.
So they can entrap some of these pro-lifers into doing things that they don't...
Depending, yeah. We call it a nudge.
A nudge.
A nudge. Sometimes you just gotta give them a quick little, just to see what happens, right?
And how does that happen?
You put a post out there, or you have someone fake profile say something that triggers, that we know is going to trigger them, right? Like we already know your history. If we're to that point, we already know everything about it. So we're like, oh, this will piss them off. Sometimes you like to fuse and just wait for it to follow.
Like a railing, like a, so when a rally happens, that's sometimes the Bureau behind it?
Yeah, sometimes. Nothing like putting out a fake social media thing to like really get people mad. Post fake news. Sometimes it's it's not fake. It's embellished a little bit.
Who would be like a big influencer that you're after? You're like a, I don't know, like I don't even know these names, like a Fox News person or like a Tucker Carlson or like...
Oh, I'm sure he's on the radar, right? You always want the biggest and loudest. Like that, what was his name? The one that said Sandy Hook didn't happen.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, so we were after him.
You are? Are you still after him? Why?
Because he's broke. He got found guilty and had to pay like $100 million.
So why were you after him?
We're not anymore.
Just to get the money from him?
Yeah.
Was that court case used? Was that a CIA
Sure it
thing?
was.
That was the agency thing?
Well, actually it was a defamation case. So it's a civil, not government. But we were looking at all of his followers, commenting, following, like, who's that going to lead us to, right? So even though it's technically not not the agency, definitely, but the Bureau, for instance, yeah, that's not our purview. It's a civil matter. But since they got all this access to his stuff and it's there, what can we go find?
And did you find it?
I can't tell you if we did. But, so, it's just kind of like, realize the opportunity that you have.
So with Alex Jones, you were watching him long before anything ended up happening.
Probably. It wasn't my office, but, I mean, we would have been well aware of what he was doing.
And the goal with him was what, just to bankrupt him?
Pretty much. And we let the families do it.
And what?
We let the families do it.
Were they encouraged to do that by the Bureau? Like nudged?
We don't encourage people.
But like...
We just say there's no federal statute being broken. But you do have the option for a civil case. And it's a pretty good case.
Nice.
In our opinion.
So, that makes so much sense. I have a cousin who's a lawyer. So that's a lot of these cases. They're kind of encouraged by the FBI?
Yeah, like, there's nothing federal law we can do. But civilly, we can go at him that way and chop his legs off.
And they did? Yeah. So the FBI was happy?
We didn't care. We were like, oh.
Basically, the citizens did your job?
Yeah.
Wow, so you can encourage a civil lawsuit.
Not encourage. Educate.
What can you do with people like Alex Jones now? Because he's still out there.
Yeah.
He's still chirping.
He can chirp.
They still watching him?
Yeah.
Why?
He did what we wanted.
Which was what?
Took his money away. We shut him up for a while.
I don't care if you're fucking Superman. Pfft. You disrespect the court when you act like a bullying lunch money thug, which is frankly the way I saw your behavior. Now, maybe I misinterpreted it. Maybe I should be more lenient in my criticism.
Why?
He did what we wanted.
Which was what?
Took his money away. We shut him up for a while. You're never going to shut him up permanently.
How? Well, unless you put him in prison.
But again, he didn't do anything to go to prison. Being ignorant is not a crime, though it should.
It is. I mean, what? You could bring a nudge.
He did incite a riot, like Cheeto. He didn't encourage people to go shoot people. He didn't. So he didn't do anything.
Additionally, O'Bleness states that he knows and works with FBI agents who were undercover in the January 6th Capitol riot, estimating about 20 field agents were there undercover. While O'Bleness notes that they were not involved in violence, this appears to be the first admission of undercover FBI agents in attendance.
I thought you said that there were FBI agents in the crowd at J6.
There always are when there's a big protest in D.C. Just in case it gets out of hand like that. But there wasn't enough to turn that tide. I mean, I'm talking they maybe had 20. You needed 1,000 to get rid of that crowd.
So they had like, that was just 20?
Yeah, just to go through and observe and see what they can hear, that kind of thing.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. They needed 1,000 at least.
Well,
Wow.
see, that's also Capitol Police jurisdiction. They're in charge.
So
why they didn't have more on hand, I don't know.
The Bureau didn't really want people knowing that they were in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be overstepping their bounds.
A little bit.
Do people know that?
Why?
Do people know that the Bureau was in the crowd?
Nope, and probably never will.
Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah!
You know agents that were there?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. They work for the agency now.
I've spoken to you before. I love your voice. You can speak to me again. That's what you can do for me. Have you got some time on up your sleeve? Your name's Richard, isn't it?
No, Richard is another gentleman.
Oh, is he?
I'm Sean.
Oh, so you're Sean. Oh my God, I spoke to Richard last time and he was such a delight. And you sound just as delightful. Oh my God. Wow.
Okay, well, I've probably got 5 minutes, mate. We're a bit short-staffed today, but I'm happy to hear you out.
Okay, alright, 5 minutes is probably all I need because I can speak really quick when I have to. I'm a social media influencer. I'm quite a large one. I'm quite internationally known. You understand? And I'm happy to be a very big fan of Pauline Hanson and Senator Malcolm Roberts and the whole One Nation team at Australia, right? And I live in Queensland myself. I'm a massive Pauline Hanson supporter. I love Pauline Hanson. I love her to death. Now, there's 2 matters I just want to quickly raise. I'll just give you I can call back another time, that's fine. But somebody just shared a video with me, and I've just shared it everywhere. Well, not everywhere yet, because I've only just shared it to just a handful so far, but a handful for me is like 100. Do you understand? 100 places. And when those 100 places hit it, there's thousands of people in those places. Do you understand? And it was of Senator Malcolm Roberts. And I don't know when this video was recorded. I was just in such shock, I thought I'd give you the call straight away.
You brought video to me, and I'm probably familiar with it. Which one was it?
He was defending this insanity that the United Nations wants to groom our children. Have you seen this video? Do you know about this?
Who was defending that?
Senator Malcolm Roberts was defending our nation against the United Nations and the World Health Organization.
Because it sounds not accurate.
No, he was defending us, defending our children.
Defending us from?
Yeah, defending us from. Have you heard this United Nations plan and World Health Organization plan that they want to groom our children from young children?
Now, I am familiar with a couple of different United Nations organizations which have some pretty creepy and disgusting language.
Yes, Malcolm Roberts. I've just seen a video. I'm mortified. I'm absolutely mortified. Malcolm Roberts has stood up against them, and Malcolm Roberts needs all the support he can get in battling this. We are mortified.
Was it to do with the age of consent?
Yes. The education of children and sexual babies. Yes.
So, no, look, I can't remember the exact details of that, but yeah, that was, if the speech is what I'm thinking of, that was information that we read and took from the United Nations website.
Oh my God, it come from the United Nations website. He quoted the United Nations and World Health Organization, and he called them a bunch of creeps and all sorts. Called them child groomers.
Yeah, it is very creepy.
Yeah. So what is going on? This is the United Nations. This is World Health Organization. Am I having a heart attack? Is this real? Am I alive on the earth? Is it what's happened?
Look, I'll tell you my take on it, sir.
Yes.
It's this kind of bizarre, creepy, policy of belief. It stems from a foundational aspect of a lot of the beliefs of these progressives, and that there's no such thing as the truth. They don't believe in an objective truth. They believe everything's subjective. And so when everything's subjective, it means there's no reality.
Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? The truth is, there is truth. But we are Christian people. We have Christian morals of background, and like.
I think therefore I am is a pretty foundational truth statement. You know.
Yes.
Rene Descartes, but no, they actually believe. They do not believe in necessarily in. They use a form of deconstructionism to make everything subjective. And so when you start doing that, that's where you get, men and women are the same. There's no such thing as a man. There's no such thing as a woman.
That's absolute garbage.
Apply that same logic to things like age of consent for children, and it also leads you down some very strange paths. So unfortunately, the entire foundational building blocks of this sort of progressive ideology that invades both the Greens, Labour, and the United Nations is just flawed, which leads them to these very bizarre and creepy outcomes.
They're going to erode the whole foundation that our society, our good society is built on. Are they crazy?
I would actually say that is not by mistake, that they are intentionally attempting to break down the current...
Did you just say it's not by mistake? Did you say they're deliberately doing this? Is that what you just said?
Not everyone in the Labour Party, for instance, will be deliberately attempting to dismantle the foundations of our society. But a lot of them are. The Greens certainly are. These progressive activists and a lot of people in the United Nations certainly are. And it's because they believe in a sort of cultural momentum, and so they can't get their political ideas established. They believe they're being blocked by these traditional...
How is this political progressive momentum? This is pedophilia, basically is what it is. It's building a child to have knowledge of sexual relationships by the age of 6. Are they serious? This can't be correct.
Well, I don't know the exact, but there's something along those lines from the UN was a proposal we saw.
Exactly. It's along those lines. Anything along those lines is under the age of consent, under the age of 16, 17, 18. You know what I mean? Like, the numbers he was saying, Senator Malcolm Roberts was saying, from the age of a baby, they want to start their education, and then by the age of 3, 4, 5, 6, they want them to have knowledge of sexual acts. This is not a proper society that they're proposing here, or proper values of a proper normal society. And I mean proper normal God-fearing society. Where's the God-fearing society in this?
But, I mean, excellent point, but they've done away with it and they've replaced it with sort of the worship of ideas, bizarre beliefs, institutions, individuals like that. And when you're not tethered to a strong moral basis, this is where you wind up.
Yes. Where is their moral basis? What's happened to their moral compass, sir?
They don't have one. They're atheists and nihilists. They believe everything's subjective.
Atheists and nihilists. I don't know what nihilist is, but I know what an atheist is. An atheist should not be running countries or running United Nations. That's not right. Or you're running World Health Organization. They shouldn't be doing that if they're atheists.
Yeah, atheists, nihilists, yeah.
What's a nihilist? What is a nihilist, sir? What's a nihilist? What is nihilist?
A nihilist is a person who believes that there is no inherent meaning to life.
What?
Short explanation.
I have a heart attack.
Hold on, heart attack.
All life has meaning. All creation has meaning.
Let me just double fact check myself on that.
Oh my God.
The belief that all values are baseless and that nothing can be known or communicated. There you go, I was pretty close.
What? Who invented nihilism? Who invented that? The devil?
A fellow named Nietzsche.
Who is Nietzsche?
Nietzsche is a German philosopher.
A German philosopher. Oh my God, I'm going to have a heart attack. You give me so much education already. You're not only a delight to speak to, but you're very educational, sir. Oh my God, but I'm going to have a heart attack.
I am going to have to go in about a minute.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, no. I'm just going to have a heart attack, and I'll call you back maybe another time when you've got more stuff on.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. If you're in any discomfort, if you're actually having a heart attack, definitely call 9.
I'm very stressed out. What I'll do is I'll contact my friends online, and I'll have a discussion with what you just told me, sir.
Right.
Okay, because we're very disturbed. Malcolm Roberts and Senator Paul and Hanson need all the support they can get. We need to really rally behind them right now. That's what my message is going to be. We need to rally behind them on this. Okay, talk to you soon, sir. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Wow.
Hi, I'm Jack. This is a quick update upon the latest in Raytheon technology. This just happened yesterday by Colton Jones. Hey Colton, how you doing? I know him. That's not his name, but yeah, I know him. The story comes from Defense Blog, and defense spelled with a C, so you know it's legit. The SM-6 successfully intercepts ballistic missile in naval test. Now, it says it's a naval test, but that doesn't mean that might make you think that it's in the ocean, but no. It's spelled NAVAL, and it's not capitalized. So that means it's not Navy. All right. According to a press release from RTX, remember, it's not Raytheon, it's an RTX business named Raytheon, right? They're clearly going to redo their branding, because I'm probably never going to stop talking about what a gang of shit fuck weasels these fucking people are. According to a press release from the aforementioned fuck weasels, launched from the U.S. Preble DDG-88. I guess that's a destroyer? Yeah. The Preble. 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 Huh, anyway, cool. The SM-6 showcased its advanced capabilities when deployed from the baseline 9C2 variant of the Aegis combat system. Now, I don't know if you know about the Aegis combat system, but it's pretty cool. Things that are under Aegis. Well, that's been around for a while. Odin was doing that kind of thing, and now Raytheon is it's at the baseline 9C2. C2 meaning speed of light squared, and baseline 9. It's probably not Hollywood squares. And this missile, which is called the what do they call it here? Where is it? God, these fucking press releases. These fucking defense contractors. A Standard Missile 6. Standard Missile. Okay, so they're saying Standard Missile. It's not a missile, right? It's a goddamn human female that they put into a digital form after she's been downloaded her consciousness into a angelic host, and then it's like a transformer kind of, and then they've got a human working as a fucking robot driving a missile. Well, flight test Aegis weapon system, FTM, female to male, FTM 32. Flight test Aegis weapon system, FTM, female to male. Okay, so by the way, satanic homosexual agenda survivors, listen. They were gonna take the females who wanted to become males and tell them they're going to make them into males, and then they were going to take the female brain and put it into a fucking weapon, and then take the man who wanted to be a female and just kill him. Fuck, a man who wants to be a woman. That, huh? Good luck, buddy. and then they'd take the female that was in a weapon system, and they'd clone her, and then they'd be left with a cloned female driving a weapon with advanced angelic host capabilities. And then they had a female who would be brainwashed into thinking she was a male who wanted to be a female. But she was a female. And they just make her transform into a fucking male with sadness and loneliness in her heart. So that was your fucking tranny agenda before. I don't know what they're doing now. But as I said, Jack Star Michelson, destroying the satanic homosexual agenda. I'm not real fond of the satanic agendas. Any of them. The hula hoop, global thermonuclear war, the twist. I hate them all. Oh, God. This test employing the SM-6 dual tube block IA. Block IA. That means block internal affairs, right? Block IA configuration with newly qualified software. Newly qualified software because guess what? I'm pretty sure the feds are onto this fucking defense contractor. Hang on. What's the name of that? What's the name of that defense contractor? Raytheon. Yeah, an RTX industry thing, whatever. Block IA, block internal affairs. Yeah. Oh shit! And I got a red truck coming by and a gray thing going by. Oh God, I love the Matrix. Fuck you, fucking salty fucks. Yeah. So I'm in the real world. There's birds here. Can you hear them? Yeah. They sound real, don't they? Newly qualified software notably enhanced the missile's effectiveness for the U.S. Navy fleet. Oh, and this, I love this. Kim Ernzen, president of Raytheon Naval Power. Raytheon Naval Power. Now, that one's capitalized because they all are. But naval and naval power. Belly button. Kim Ernzen. I wonder which bitch that is. This test demonstrated that the latest versions of the SM-6 and combat system provide the critical capability to destroy an incoming sophisticated missile threat. Okay. Destroy an incoming sophisticated missile threat. That's referring to my penis, but it's not really a threat right now. She just thinks it is. Deployed aboard U.S. Navy vessels. Hey, did you know the asset is a Navy asset? She's a vessel. A vessel, right? The SM-6, sadomasochism, leverages its proven standard missile airframe and propulsion system. That's called get those little legs moving. To deliver an unparalleled over-the-horizon offensive and defensive capability, functioning as the sole missile supporting anti-air warfare, anti-surface warfare, and sea-based terminal ballistic missile defense in a unified solution. That means they got, after all this fucking hooting and hollering done, they basically got a dominatrix wearing a ballpoint pen costume who can transform into a fleet of flying monkeys and fuck you rolled up. And that's my ex-girlfriend. That's not grapefruit. Yeah. Honey, don't worry. I won't let him take you. So they took the wrong one. They got the wrong asset. The approval of SM-6 sales to several allied nations by the U.S. Department of Defense underscores its role as the pivotal asset in bolstering collective defense efforts against emerging threats. Yeah, emerging threats. Bitch, I've already emerged, all right? Not Kim Ernzen. Jesus. They just took your fucking imagination out with your sense of humor, didn't they? All right, well, peace.
Rough and ready, just a child. Yeah! Ready, go!
What are we really talking about here? Huh? What's the essence of what we're talking about? I'll spell it out for you if I have to. Prostitution.
What is kidding? What is this?
Prostitution. Hey, we can say it. We're big kids now, right? You know, a lot of times it'll help you to understand a word if you break it down. So let's do that now, shall we? Pros doesn't mean anything. Forget about that. Tit, I think we all know what that means. Two, okay, two, tit. And shun, of course, from the Latin to shun, to say no, thank you anyway, I don't want it, to push away. Doesn't even belong in this word, really, so let's get rid of that. You know,
Oh, yeah. A Hungarian man who hasn't been allowed to talk to his lover in over 2 years because it's an emergency.
If I can take a moment here, and I mean this, what I'm about to say. I feel a lot of love in this room.
And then no reason given. Yeah. When I ask about it, I get sneered at by court officials.
I don't know, maybe it's me, but I'll tell you something. I was here a minute ago, and it was really beautiful. So at this moment, I think it's important that I see all of your breasts. Or I don't have to. I don't see the breasts.
Come on, let's get out of here. This guy's no pimp. He's a whip.
But what I don't appreciate is being treated by a rude little bitch in a black robe with a magic wand as if I were a rude little bitch without a black robe. With or without a magic wand. Look, it's not appropriate. I don't give a flying fuck if you're a fucking judge. I don't care if you're fucking Superman.
If I had my way. If I had my way.
You disrespect the court.
If I had my way.
When you act like
burn this whole building down.
A bullying lunch money thug.
The Shirley Manson love fest continues.
Shall we? What?